Herrschaft des Verbrechens.
Herrschaft
des Verbrechens. Die Seele der Menschen muss in ihren tiefsten Tiefen verängstigt werden durch unerforschliche und scheinbar sinnlose Verbrechen. Verbrechen, die niemandem Nutzen bringen, die nur den einen Sinn haben, Angst und Schrecken zu verbreiten.
Denn der letzte Sinn des Verbrechens ist, eine unbeschränkte Herrschaft des Verbrechens aufzurichten. Einen Zustand vollkommener Unsicherheit und Anarchie, aufgebaut auf den zerstörenden Idealen einer Welt, die zum Untergang verurteilt ist. Wenn die Menschen vom Terror des Verbrechens beherrscht, von Grauen und Entsetzen toll geworden sind, wenn das Chaos zum obersten Gesetz erhoben, dann ist die Stunde der Herrschaft des Verbrechens da.
This is when I know I'm helpless. My hands are down there on the bed. I can't put them on again without calling to somebody for help. I can't smoke a cigarette or read a book. If that door should blow shut, I can't open it and get out of this room. I'm as dependent as a baby that doesn't know how to get anything except cry for it. Well, now you know, Wilma. Now you have an idea of what it is. I guess you don't know what to say. It's all right. Go on home. Go away like your family said.
I know what to say, Homer. I love you, and I'm never going to leave you. Never.
You mean you didn't mind?
Of course not. I told you I loved you.
I love you, Wilma. I always have, and I always will.
Good night, darling. Sleep well.
Good night, Wilma.
Marseillaise. Play it. Hello, the
Laszlo's presence in a cafe can inspire this unfortunate demonstration. What more will his presence in Casablanca bring on? I advise that this place be shut up at once.
But everybody's having such a good time.
Yes, much too good a time. The place is to be closed.
But I've no excuse to close it.
Find one.
Santé, monsieur.
Santé. Everybody's to leave here immediately. This cafe is closed until further notice. Clear the room at once.
How can he close me up? On what ground?
I'm shocked to find that gambling is going on in here.
You're winning, sir.
Oh, thank you very much. Everybody out at once.
Hello, brother dear. Well, I made it.
So.
What did you say, dear?
I just asked how you were feeling.
Well, I'm feeling fine, and you? Oh,
Mrs. Vance, may I present my sister, Lola?
how do you do?
How do you do?
It's lovely to know you.
Thank you. Won't you come in?
Thank you. Oh,
Barbara, this is Lola.
how do you do?
How do you do?
Well, it's nice to have a chance to meet you. I've seen your pictures in the paper, and I wondered what you look like.
I wondered about you, too.
Well, thank you.
Lola,
Yes, dear?
this is Barbara's father, Mr. Vance. Mr. Vance is my sister.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Well,
What's the matter?
nothing, only I never would have known you from his description.
Won't you sit down?
Thank you. Did I interrupt something? Weren't you talking when I came in for... Will you excuse me, Mrs. Vance?
Oh,
Thank you. Oh, look, it's me. Isn't that silly? It's you this time, Mrs. Vance. Look, I'll just put it over here and get it out of the way. Whoops! Ooh.
Oh, dear.
Gosh, I guess that could go on and on and on and on.
I hope not.
Go on with your story, honey.
Yes, I was telling a story about about our father.
Oh, you were? Well, I don't want to be rude, but may I have a drink?
Certainly.
I had 3 or 4 before I got here, but they're beginning to wear off, and you know how that is. Well, don't look at me like that. You'll like a little drink yourself. We call him Jerry the Nipper. He likes to sneak 'em when nobody's looking. So cute about it, too. I've seen him go along a whole evening and apparently not have a thing to drink and all of a sudden fall flat on his puss.
A glass of sherry, perhaps. Will you get Miss Warner a glass of sherry?
A glass of sherry. Excuse me. I don't like sherry. Oh, will you make that ginger ale, please?
Ginger ale.
Yes. And Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt you again, Jerry. Now, what were you saying?
Oh, I was just telling one of Father's stories. You've heard it. You see, there was a minute ago. Dad had the ball and was running...
Ball? What ball?
The football.
Oh, but what in the world was Dad ever doing with a football?
Look, I was just telling a story about when Father was at Princeton. You remember that,
Oh, yes,
Father...
of course. I remember Pop loved Princeton. He was there nearly 20 years. If ever a man loved a place, he did. He just adored it. And he certainly kept it looking beautiful. You've seen the grounds, of course.
Of course.
Oh, thank you, my friend.
I'm afraid that
Whoop-de-doodly-doo. I'm so sorry. Here's your handkerchief.
Thank you. I'm afraid that my sister has a somewhat distorted sense of humor.
So have I.
Well, what she really meant to say was that Father presented the college with some of its finest landscapings.
Excuse me. Was I thirsty? Must have been that ham I had for dinner. None? I think my brother's pretty swell, don't you?
Oh, yes.
He's always been pretty swell to me. I was working my head off at the Virginia Club, but the minute he started doing better, you know what I mean? Why, he made me give up my job and take a trip to London and Paris, and I think that was pretty swell, don't you?
What did you do at the Virginia Club?
Well, I did. I'll tell her. It was a little act, kind of, well, it's a little hard to explain. Have you got any records?
Records? Oh, yes, we have some records.
Well, maybe if we... Say, wait a minute. Don't anybody leave this room. I've lost my purse.
Why, here it is.
Oh, well, am I relieved. Where are the records?
Oh, come this way and I'll show you.
Look, will you kind of keep an eye on that for me? Good for you?
Well, no, I don't
Okay.
think...
Oh, look, you'll have to put that on. It's a little fancy for me. The one we've got at home, you just whine.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Oh, well, I'm not going to do it the way I did at the club, if that's what you're afraid of.
Think I'm a fool.
The number has some wind effects in it, but you'll just have to use your own imagination about them. I used to dream about a cottage small by a waterfall, but I wound up with no home at all. My dreams have gone with the wind. Get it? I'll never forget the way I did my stuff. I did my stuff, but you called my bluff. You called my bluff, and sure enough, my dreams have gone with the wind. Once my love and I would stroll beneath the sky, hand in hand together. But now I'm all alone, and when romance has flown, there's bound to be stormy weather. Up on the pathway would be paved with gold. I cast my dreams. I never could do that, but now I know I'm in the cold. My dreams are gone with the wind. Oh, are we going so soon? I'm just beginning to enjoy myself. Oh, good night. Good night, all.
I hear you just wrote that into my book. Yeah? Just a minute, I'll see if she's here. Tim.
I've got it, Lonesome. I've got it. Marcia! Oh, Marcia, I need you. Come over right away. Nobody's come. Everybody canceled out. Fuller didn't even send me a wire. The general sent me a wire. The Secretary of the Interior sent me a wire. Regret to inform you. Unavoidably detained. Unable to attend. All of a sudden, everybody's too busy. All of a sudden, I'm poisoned. You laughing at me? Huh? You laughing at me? You think I'm washed up, don't you? Well, same way I lost them, I'll get them back again. I'm gonna make them love me. You're gonna love me. Say you're gonna love me. Say you're gonna love me. Yeah, you're gonna love me. You're gonna love me. Say you're gonna love me. Aren't you? Say you're gonna love me. Say you're gonna love me. You're gonna love me. You're gonna love me. What's your name? Francis. Francis, you're gonna love me. Francis, you're gonna love me. Love me. Love me. Get out. Get out. Get out, you dressed up black monkey. You turned my stomach. Get out.
Sounds like it's finally gone through the roof.
Marcia, how soon can you get here? I'm surrounded by traitors. That engineer. Oh, wait till I get him. I'll fire him. I'll burn him over a slow fire. Marcia! If you don't come right away, I'll jump! I'll jump!
I'll jump! Jump! Get out of my life! Get out of everybody's life! Jump! Jump! Yeah.
I don't believe you. Now you'll be up.
Oh, Mel.
Why didn't you tell him on the phone that it was you?
It's hard to.
Let's make it harder. I think you should go up and tell him face to face before he blames it on 20 other guys. Face to face, and then maybe I'll believe you.
It's never as simple as that.
Finally, you gotta force complicated things into simple channels like this. Either you go up there and tell him it was you.
More! Come on, more!
Kid, I'll show you a step I learned in L.A. Now watch this. First, you gotta set the rhythm.
I wish I could do it.
Aren't they graceful? You used to dance like that, Flo. can't you dance that way?
The defense calls Irene Hoffman-Wallner to the stand.
Mrs. Wallner, you are still under oath.
Mrs. Wallner, did you come here voluntarily? Did you report voluntarily to speak as a witness?
Yes.
Is it not true that the prosecution asked you to come here? That it was very disagreeable for you to come here?
It is always very disagreeable to live over those times.
That would be in agreement with the information I have that you did not want to come. Thank you, Mrs. Wallner. Mrs. Wallner! The Nuremberg laws were stated September 15th, 1935. Where were you at that time?
In Nuremberg.
Did you know these laws? Were you aware that the physical relationship with Jews was against the law?
Yes.
Were you aware that in Nuremberg, and in Nuremberg in particular, not only a physical relationship with Jews was viewed with disdain, but every social contact?
Yes.
Were you aware that it might have some danger for you personally?
Yes, I was aware of it. But how can you discard a friendship from day to day because of some...
That is another question, Miss Wallner. I did not ask you that question. Were you aware of it?
Yes, I was aware.
And yet you still continued to see each other?
Yes.
Remember, it was brought out at the tribunal that Mr. Feldstein bought you things. Candy and cigarettes.
Yes.
Remember that sometimes he bought you flowers?
Yes, he bought me many things. That was because he was kind. He was the kindest man I ever knew.
Do you know the witness, Mrs. Elsa Lindnau?
Yes, I know her.
Was she a cleaning woman at the apartment you lived in?
Yes.
Did Mr. Feldstein come to see you at your apartment?
Yes.
How many times?
I don't remember.
Several times?
Yes.
Many times?
Many times.
Did you kiss him?
Yes, I kissed him.
Was there more than one kiss?
Yes. But it was not in the way you are trying to make it sound. He was like a father to me. He was more than a father.
More than a father? Did you sit on his lap?
Objection! Counsel is persecuting the witness in the pretext of gaining testimony.
Objection overruled.
The defense is being permitted to reenact what was a travesty of justice in the first place.
Colonel Lawson, the tribunal makes the rulings in this case, not the prosecution. You may proceed.
Did you sit on his lap?
Yes. But there was nothing wrong or ugly about it.
Did you sit on his lap?
Yes, but...
You sat on his lap! What else did you do?
There was nothing that you're trying to say. There was nothing like that.
What else did you do, Mrs. Wallner?
What are you trying to do? Are you trying to... Why do you not let me speak the truth?
That's what we want, Mrs. Wallner. The truth. The truth. You admitted that you continued to see him. You admitted that he came to your apartment. You admitted you kissed him. You admitted you sat on his lap. What else do you admit to? What else?
Nothing. There was nothing like you're trying to make it sound.
What else?
There was nothing. Nothing. Stop it! Stop it!
What else do you admit to, Mrs. Wallner? What else? Hello?
Are we going to do this again?
The stress the defendant has been under is so great that he is not aware.
I am aware. I am aware.
Your Honor, the defendant wishes to make a statement. Your Honor, I believe the defense has a right to request.
Order.
Order!
Does the defendant wish to make a statement?
I wish to make a statement. Yes. Your Honor, I believe the defense has a right. Your Honor, the defendant has the right to make his statement now. I have to speak with my client. He has the right to make it now.
Tribunal is adjourned until 10:30 tomorrow morning.
Don't get up. And please stop acting as if I were the Queen Mother.
I'm sorry, I didn't
Outside of a beehive, Margot, your behavior would hardly be considered either queenly or motherly.
You're in a beehive, pal, didn't you know? We're all busy little bees, full of stings, making honey day and night. Aren't we, honey?
Margot, really?
Please don't play governess, Karen. I haven't your unyielding good taste. I wish I could have gone to Radcliffe, too, but Father wouldn't hear of it. He needed help behind the notions counter. I'm being rude now, aren't I? Or should I say, ain't I?
You're maudlin and full of self-pity. You're magnificent.
How about calling it a night?
And you pose as a playwright. A situation pregnant with possibilities, and all you can think of is everybody go to sleep.
It's a good thought.
It won't play.
As a non-professional, I think it's an excellent idea. Excuse me. Undramatic, perhaps, but practical.
Happy little housewife.
Cut it out.
This is my house, not a theater. In my house, you're a guest, not a director.
Then stop being a star. And stop treating your guests as your supporting cast.
Now, let's not get into a big hassle.
It's about time we did. It's about time Margot realized that what's attractive on stage need not necessarily be attractive off.
All right. I'm going to bed. You be host. It's your party. Happy birthday, welcome home. And we who are about to die salute you.
Need any help?
To put me to bed, take my clothes off, hold my head, tuck me in, turn out the lights, and tiptoe out. Eve would, wouldn't you, Eve?
If you'd like.
I wouldn't like.
is my witness, they're not going to lick me. I'm going to live through this, and when it's all over, I'll never be hungry again. No, nor any of my folk. If I have to lie, steal, cheat, or kill, as God is my witness, I'll never be hungry again.